Sister Wives, Meri Brown and abuse allegations, what we know. 4 years, Sister Wives has been one of the most talked about reality shows, bringing the complicated dynamics of polygamous marriage to millions of viewers. At the heart of the show's drama has been the Brown family, led by patriarch Kody Brown and his wives. While the series initially sought to highlight the benefits and struggles of plural marriage, over the years, tensions within the family have taken center stage. One of the most controversial and shocking developments in recent months has been the allegations of abuse surrounding Meri Brown, Kody's first wife. Meri has long been one of the most complex figures in the Brown family. As Kody's first wife, she was once the legal spouse before he divorced her to legally marry his fourth wife, Robyn Brown, for the purpose of adopting Robyn's children. That event was a turning point in the family's dynamic, causing visible emotional distress for Meri. While the show documented her struggles with feeling isolated and unwanted in the family, new allegations have surfaced that suggest there was far more going on behind closed doors than anyone realized. The abuse allegations against Meri were first brought to public attention by Kody Brown, the son of Christine and Kody Brown. In a shocking revelation, Kody alleged that Meri had been abusive toward some of the Brown children, including himself. His statements sent shockwaves through the Sister Wives fandom, with many questioning the truth behind his claims and what it meant for Meri's reputation. Kody Brown has always been known for his blunt and unfiltered opinions about his family, but when he spoke about Meri, his words carried a new level of intensity. According to Kody, Meri's treatment of him and his siblings was not just emotionally harsh but crossed the line into abusive behavior. He described moments of fear and discomfort, saying that even though Meri never physically harmed him, there were times when he felt genuinely unsafe in her presence. His allegations sparked a larger conversation about Meri's role in the family and whether there had been signs of abuse that viewers and even other family members had overlooked. 4 years, Sister Wives had shown Meri's struggles with loneliness and frustration within the plural marriage, but Kody's claims suggested that her emotional turmoil may have manifested in troubling ways. As the story gained traction, other members of the Brown family were forced to respond. Christine Brown, Kody's mother, did not directly confirm or deny his allegations but made it clear that she supported her son's right to speak his truth. Meanwhile, Brown, another of Kody's ex-wives, gave a more neutral response, suggesting that the dynamics in the family were complicated and that there were always multiple perspectives on what had happened behind closed doors. One of the most significant reactions came from Brown, another of Christine's children, who shared her own take on Meri's behavior. While she did not fully align with Kody's statements, she did acknowledge that Meri had been emotionally harsh and that there had been moments when her actions were inappropriate. Gwendolyn's comments added another layer to the story, making it clear that Meri's relationships with the children had been far from perfect. For her part, Meri initially remained silent in the face of these accusations. When she finally addressed the allegations, she strongly denied any claims of abuse. She expressed hurt and disappointment that such accusations had been made against her, especially given the years she had spent in the Brown family. Meri framed the allegations as misunderstandings and exaggerations, suggesting that certain members of the family had chosen to view her strict or firm behavior as something more sinister. Meri also pointed out that she had been painted as the family scapegoat in recent years. Since her emotional affair scandal with an online catfish, she has been gradually pushed further to the margins of the Brown family. She argued that the abuse allegations were another example of people trying to villainize her, despite her efforts to move forward and find happiness outside of Kody and the polygamous lifestyle. As the allegations gained more attention, longtime Sister Wives fans revisited past episodes, looking for clues that might support or contradict the claims against Meri. Some viewers recalled moments when Meri had been strict with the children or had expressed frustration toward them, but nothing that seemed to point to outright abuse. Others, however, pointed to past interviews in which some of the Brown children had hinted at tensions with Meri, suggesting that the show had only ever scratched the surface of what had really gone on. Kody Brown, who has never shied away from criticizing his wives when it suits him, was notably quiet on the matter. Some speculated that his silence indicated he did not want to involve himself in a controversy that could reflect poorly on him or the Sister Wives brand. Others believed that Kody's lack of support for Meri was yet another sign of how far she had fallen out of favor with him. The fallout from the allegations extended beyond just the Brown family. The Sister Wives fanbase was divided, with some believing Peden words wholeheartedly while others felt that the allegations were unfairly tarnishing Meri's reputation without concrete proof. Social media was flooded with discussions, debates, and even heated arguments over whether Meri was guilty of the behavior she had been accused of. In the wake of these accusations, Meri took steps to redefine her public image. She focused on promoting her business ventures, particularly her bed and breakfast in Utah, as well as her self-help and motivational speaking efforts. She presented herself as someone who had risen above negativity and was working toward a more fulfilling life. However, the allegations lingered in the background, with every new post or interview she gave prompting fresh discussions about whether she had truly addressed the accusations in a meaningful way. Despite the controversy, Meri's journey on Sister Wives continued. The show itself has become a platform where real-life drama plays out in real time, and many wondered whether the allegations would be directly addressed in future episodes. Given that the show has historically focused more on Kody's relationships with his wives rather than his children's experiences, there was skepticism about whether TLC would give serious attention to the claims against Meri. The allegations also raised larger questions about the dynamics of the Brown family as a whole. Over the years, many of the wives and children have spoken about the emotional toll of living in a polygamous household. The power struggles, favoritism, and emotional neglect that have played out on screen suggest that the environment was often tense and difficult. If Meri had been emotionally abusive, as Peden suggested, was she the only one? Or was she simply one part of a larger pattern of dysfunction within the family? As time went on, the public discourse around the allegations began to settle, but the questions remained. Did Meri's strict and sometimes cold demeanor cross a line into emotional abuse? Were Peden's accusations a reflection of genuine trauma, or were they exaggerated due to long-standing family tensions? Without more direct evidence, the answers remained elusive. "You've been horrible to me for 20 years, Kody's victim act with Meri doesn't make sense. What the Sister Wives patriarch needs to apologize for." Kody Brown's time on Sister Wives has been filled with drama, but his treatment of Meri Brown in recent years has been one of the most frustrating aspects of the show for many fans. Once the legally recognized wife in their plural marriage, Meri has endured years of emotional neglect, rejection, and public humiliation at the hands of Kody. Now, as the family continues to unravel, Kody's latest claim that Meri has been horrible to him for the last 20 years feels like a desperate attempt to rewrite history and paint himself as the victim. For years, Meri has struggled to maintain her place in the Brown family. The breakdown of her marriage with Kody has played out on Sister Wives in excruciating detail, with Kody openly rejecting her, refusing intimacy, and repeatedly reminding her that he no longer considers her his wife. While their relationship has been strained for some time, Kody's declaration that Meri was horrible to him for 2 decades has left fans scratching their heads. If their marriage was so unbearable, why did Kody continue to lead her on for so long? Why did he act like her biggest issue was her emotional affair when, in reality, his feelings had already shifted years before? Kody's victim complex has become a recurring theme in Sister Wives, and his comments about Meri only further prove that he is unwilling to take accountability for his own role in their broken relationship. Time and time again, he has shifted blame onto his wives, portraying himself as the one who has been wronged. With Christine, he claimed she was gaslighting him. With Yanel, he suggested that her independence made it impossible for him to love her. And now, with Meri, he is rewriting their history to paint himself as the long-suffering husband who endured 2 decades of mistreatment. The reality, however, is much different. Kody was not some helpless victim in his marriage to Meri, he was an active participant in its decline. From the moment he chose to legally divorce her to marry Robyn, he sent a clear message that Meri's feelings did not matter. He may have justified it as a necessary move to adopt Robyn's children, but he never did anything to reassure Meri that she still held value in his life. Instead, he allowed their marriage to fall into a state of emotional abandonment, distancing himself while Meri desperately tried to hold on. One of the most glaring ways Kody has mistreated Meri is through his blatant emotional neglect. Long before Meri's catfish scandal, Kody had already emotionally checked out of their marriage. He refused to show her affection, avoided spending time with her, and made it clear that he was only maintaining their relationship for the sake of appearances. Even when Meri repeatedly tried to rekindle their connection, he shut her down at every opportunity. He dangled hope in front of her, only to snatch it away the moment she showed any expectation of love or commitment from him. His emotional neglect turned into full-blown rejection when he publicly declared that he had no romantic feelings for Meri and no interest in repairing their relationship. He humiliated her on national television, making it clear to the world that she was nothing more than a relic of his past. Meri, despite this, still clung to the idea that there was a chance for reconciliation, believing that if she remained patient, Kody would eventually come around. But he never did. Instead, he continued to drag out their estranged marriage for years, refusing to end it himself while also refusing to treat her like a wife. Adding to this mistreatment was the way Kody used Meri's past mistakes against her. The emotional affair she had with an online catfish became his ultimate excuse to permanently distance himself from her. While there is no denying that Meri made a mistake, the way Kody weaponized it against her was cruel and manipulative. He framed it as the ultimate betrayal, despite the fact that their marriage was already in shambles before it even happened. He refused to acknowledge his own role in pushing her toward seeking emotional validation elsewhere. Instead, he acted as though he was the only one who had been hurt, ignoring the years of pain and rejection he had inflicted upon Meri. Even more disturbing was Kody's continued insistence that he was somehow forced to stay with Meri. Time and time again, he has spoken about their marriage as if it were an obligation rather than a choice. He portrays himself as the suffering husband, stuck in a loveless relationship with a woman who has made his life miserable. But no one forced Kody to stay in the marriage. He had every opportunity to end it, but instead, he chose to keep Meri in a state of emotional limbo. He made her believe there was hope while simultaneously shutting down any possibility of a real future together. Kody's treatment of Meri becomes even more hypocritical when compared to his relationship with Robyn. With Robyn, he is affectionate, attentive, and deeply committed. He prioritizes her feelings, makes sure she feels secure in their marriage, and consistently defends her from any criticism. This stark contrast only highlights the way he has mistreated Meri. While Robyn gets the best version of Kody, Meri has been given nothing but cold indifference and public humiliation. Beyond his personal mistreatment of Meri, Kody also owes her an apology for the way he allowed the family dynamic to turn against her. Over the years, Meri has been isolated within the Brown family, often positioned as the outsider. Whether it was due to Kody's influence or her own strained relationships with the other wives, she was repeatedly left out of important family moments. Kody did nothing to bridge this gap. Instead, he allowed the distance between Meri and the rest of the family to grow, further deepening her sense of loneliness. One of the most heartbreaking moments in Sister Wives history was when Meri sat alone in her house, expressing how much she wished she could be included in family gatherings. Rather than making any effort to include her, Kody dismissed her feelings and made it clear that she was no longer a part of his life. This level of disregard was not just hurtful, it was cruel. He had already emotionally abandoned her, but he made sure to strip her of any sense of belonging within the family as well. Meri spent years trying to prove her worth to Kody, but he never gave her the validation she sought. He refused to acknowledge her pain, never took responsibility for his actions, and consistently acted as though she was the sole reason their marriage had failed. But the truth is, their marriage did not fail because Meri was horrible to Kody. It failed because Kody was never willing to put in the effort to fix it. He let resentment build, refused to communicate honestly, and ultimately treated Meri as though she was a burden rather than a partner. Now, as the Sister Wives saga continues, Kody's victim act has become more transparent than ever. His declaration that Meri was terrible to him for 20 years is not only inaccurate, it is an insult to the years of effort Meri put into trying to salvage their broken marriage. If Kody truly believes that he was mistreated, then he has a deeply warped perception of reality. The one who deserves an apology is not Kody, it is Meri. Drive a bus over my wife. Sister Wives. Kody's lashing out after Robyn allegedly spent $70,000 on Etsy dolls. Is he criticizing her or defending her? Robyn Brown from Sister Wives reportedly spent nearly $70,000 on Etsy, leading Kody Brown to leave a bold comment about her actions. Robyn became a part of Kody's plural family in 2010, and after a few years together, they legally married, which strengthened their relationship. Over the last 2 decades, Kody and Robyn have faced many challenges, including difficulty staying on good terms with Kody's now former wives, Meri, and Christine Brown. This ultimately led them to move out of the family, leaving polygamy and striking out on their own. Kody and Robyn entered a monogamous relationship soon after the other wives left the Brown family. They achieved the exclusive relationship they had always desired but continued to lament the negative impact of leaving polygamy. Kody discussed his struggles on the show, expressing his constant anger and alienating many of his children, particularly his adult sons, with Robyn spent the last 3 years in tears in front of the cameras, portraying herself as incapable of living without polygamy and claiming that its absence was affecting her marriage to Kody. Kody and Robyn have experienced numerous personal problems, but they have decided to stick together. One issue they face is accusations that they are overspenders and shopaholics. These rumors are exacerbated by accusations that they have used Meri, and Christine's money for themselves in the past. Additionally, they are embroiled in disputes with and Meri over their rightful share of the Coyote Pass family property. The family turmoil has been intense, but Kody and Robyn have chosen not to betray each other. Kody has famously stated, "He will not drive a bus over my wife." There are rumors that Robyn has spent almost $70,000 on American dolls on Etsy. Potential evidence includes Robyn's reviews, which link them to her purchases. Although Robyn has deactivated her account, there is ample proof that she once spent thousands of dollars on dolls, indulging in her shocking doll obsession. There is also speculation that she has created a private profile to continue spending money on dolls. According to a Reddit thread by @ExtremeUsual, Robyn is likely still using a lot of Kody's money to purchase custom dolls that cost as much as $500 per piece or more. Robyn's reported spending on dolls has raised many questions, including concerns about Kody's wealth and his apparent lack of interest in fairly dividing the family property among his former wives. Netizens have also noticed other expensive items, such as designer sandals and David Yurman jewelry, worn by Robyn and Kody over the months. Additionally, the couple recently sold their Flagstaff home for $1.7 million and purchased a new house for $2.1 million. They are financially well off, which makes it even sadder that Kody isn't fulfilling his obligations to his former sister wives in terms of what he owes them. Kody Brown is once again at the center of controversy, and this time, it involves a shocking claim that his favorite wife, Robyn Brown, allegedly spent $70,000 on Etsy dolls. As news of this extravagant spending spreads, fans are left wondering, is Kody furious over Robyn's financial decisions, or is he coming to her defense despite the backlash? The alleged $70,000 Etsy doll spending scandal. Rumors have surfaced that Robyn Brown, the only remaining wife of Kody, has been indulging in an expensive doll collecting habit, one that allegedly cost the family a staggering $70,000. If true, this revelation could explain a lot about the financial strain the Brown family has been dealing with in recent years. For years, Kody and Robyn have portrayed themselves as victims of financial hardship, claiming they struggled to pay off their massive home in Flagstaff while trying to hold on to Coyote Pass, the land Kody once dreamed of turning into a compound for all his wives. However, the idea that Robyn may have been spending tens of thousands of dollars on dolls directly contradicts the narrative that they were struggling financially. Kody's lashing out, but at whom? Kody has reportedly been furious over the backlash that has followed this news. But the real question is he angry at Robyn for spending so much money, or is he defending her against critics? If Kody is angry at Robyn, it could be because this spending has drawn negative attention at a time when their finances are already in question. With his 3 other wives, Christine, and Meri, gone, Kody is now completely financially dependent on Robyn, and any reckless spending on her part directly affects his future. However, Kody has never publicly criticized Robyn before. Even in moments where it seemed obvious that she had more influence over him than his other wives, Kody has always defended Robyn, often at the expense of his other relationships. If he is now upset, it may not be because of the spending itself but rather because the news has gone public and damaged their carefully constructed image. Robyn's history of expensive habits. This isn't the first time Robyn's spending habits have been called into question. Longtime Sister Wives fans will remember that when Robyn first joined the family, she already had significant debt from a previous relationship. Her spending habits have always